Welcome back, guys. This is going to be a new era in the Discussings with PSA podcast. We finally made it. Tomorrow is the day professional disc golf will be displayed. Um, this is going to be the first installment of a new segment called Tourney Talk. We're going to go over the tournament every week, pre and post tournament. We're going to give you some picks, some analysis, just any news that pops up along the way. We're gonna bring it to you. You're gonna get our honest opinions. We're just gonna have a little discussion every week about the tournament, the state of disc golf. Um, Tonight we're gonna talk about the world rankings that just came out that the PDGA posted on their Instagram today. So we're just gonna jump right into the PDGA rankings. Might as well the top 100. We're just gonna talk about the top 10, but fire them out their way.
You bet, kid. We'll start with FPO. No surprise here at number one, with double the average points as the second place,
Just
which is
absolute domination.
Owen Scoggin. Shout out Owen. She's a great player, but she ain't no KT. And we're talking Kristen Tatar with 162.7 average points compared to Owen at 80.8. And then it just goes down from there. So number 3, Haley King. 4, Paige Pierce. 5, Missy Gannon. 6, Evelina Salonen. 7, Henna Blumroos. 8, Holland Handley. 9, Katrina Allen. 10, Valerie Mandahano. So pretty star-powered list we got there. Clearly, they're the top 10 in the world as far as the PDGA world rankings go. So there's the FPO. No real surprises there. I wouldn't say no real surprises in the MPO, but there are a few, placements of these guys that could have gone either way. But number one, no surprise here, maybe, I guess. So Calvin Heimberg, 92.4, number one in the world. Congrats, Calvin. Number 2, this one was a little interesting to me as he was injured most of last year. Number 2 is Eagle McMahon, newest member of the MVP Disc Sports team, with 87.9 average points. And then we got number 3, Ricky Wysocki. Number 4, Paul Macbeth. 5, Isaac Robinson. 6, Simon Lazat. 7, Gannon Burr. 8, Matthew Oram. 9, Kyle Klein. 10, Chris Dickerson.
What are your initial thoughts?
My initial thoughts are that Eagle and Paul are pretty high up in the rankings at 2 and 4. Granted, they're kind of, Eagle played really good last year, given his circumstances. And, Paul was kind of out of the scene. So I think they just kind of threw him in there just because they had to give him top 5 because he is still a great player, but this time might be coming soon.
Well, he still played in the European Tour. So, he was still playing in tournaments and stuff.
Yeah.
The European Tour is a little bit lesser competition, but there's still guys over there that are good and they come over here and compete in our tournaments. So it's like,
yeah,
I see what they're doing there. But initial thoughts from me, you got Eagle and Simon in the top 6, which that's pretty crazy for a team that's pretty small. They don't really have, like, on their premier team or whatever they call it is just James Conrad, Eagle, and Simon, correct?
No, I
don't think Paul
Raven
Grant
Newsom
is on there. Is Raven Newsom on the premier team?
Raven Newsom. There's a few other people, but like nobody of note. You know what I mean? Like nobody of
so
true.
It's like for them to both be in the top 6, that's pretty crazy. And it just goes to show you what we've been trying to get across to you guys is like MVP, like they're trying to push the envelope in disc golf right now. That's just my initial thoughts. When you said the top 10, that was really the first time I had heard it. I looked at the MPO earlier, but would you say Holland Handley was 8, correct?
Yeah.
I think she's going to be in the top 3 within the first month of the season. We're going to get into our picks and stuff for this week, but she's pretty high on my board. I know that. She's been playing a lot this offseason. She looked good at All-Star Weekend last weekend. So,
yeah,
that's just something I think you got to watch. I think the FPO is going to be pretty interesting this year because if you saw earlier in the year, when all the pros and stuff started posting their schedules for the year. Kristen is not going to be playing as many tournaments over in the United States as she normally would. So I think you're going to see a little bit more hunger out of the competitors because it's like, okay, Kristen's not in the field this week. Like, we have a legitimate shot of winning this thing. So, I mean, I think that's just going to be something cool to watch. Um, but I mean, that's really all my thoughts are for now. I mean, it's just the first week of the season, so they're going to drastically change, I'm sure, but we'll keep you updated on them.
You bet. Well, yeah, dude, we'll start jumping into some of the chess.com invitational presented by Discraft stuff that we got going on this week. And like we said, starting up tomorrow. We got the ladies teeing off first, and I don't know exactly how many people are playing. I know there's 112 in the
43 in the FPO.
Oh, that's it?
Yep,
Okay, I
43.
got the list right here. But we got some pretty good lead and chase cards there. We got Missy Gannon, Owen Scoggins, excuse me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, but Hannah Hune and Paige Pierce are the lead card teeing off at 9:05 a.m. That's the latest one. So that's a pretty good card right there. You know, you got Paige Pierce, got a lot to prove this year. You know, people have been saying her, you know, injuries kind of taking her out. You know, she hasn't been the same in a few years that she's been in her dominant past. And then I don't know too much about Hannah. Like I said, I didn't watch every, you know, FPO live stream that they did last year. So some of my knowledge on some of these girls are a little skewed, but we get the gist with Owen Scoggins and Missy Gannon finishing off that strong card. You know, we saw them performing pretty well at All-Star Weekend, and you know that's one thing that I'm really excited to see is just this course playing in better condition. You know, with the
Absolutely.
sunshine and whatnot that we've had this week, or that they have had this week, probably dried up the course pretty nice. I've seen you know, Connor O'Reilly and Aaron Gossage's practice video on YouTube, and the course looks pretty nice. You know, they're planting, and they got the turf tee pads too, which actually, if they dry up in time, you know, I think those are one of the best universal tee pads on tour, because you know you're not going to really get much differentiation or you know, any limiting factors to playing on those. So I really like turf tee pads. I think we should kind of see more of those. Shout out Paul for that, putting them in on the Olympus course. And people have been saying the course has been playing tough, you know, in practice. I think let's talk about, you know, scores real quick. Like, who do we think is going to shoot the hot round of the entire weekend in the FPO and MPO? Not necessarily who, but what do we think the number is going to be? I'll let you go first in FPO. What do we think the highest number of the weekend is going to be?
Um, for the FPO, I think it's kind of tough because I don't know if any of them really have like YouTube channel. I mean, I know some of them have YouTube channels and stuff, but like it's easier to follow the MPO in the off season, seeing what they're doing and whatnot. So, you know, it's kind of hard to say like what shape they're going to be in. Not like shape, but like how good their game is early on in the year. But
True.
it is nice that they're starting off in Florida. It's, you know, warmer temperatures. It should be nicer than when they started out in Vegas last year. That was just miserable wind. Um, but I mean, I watched, I think it was Missy Gannon, her little snippet press conference or whatever that PDGA posted on their Instagram. And she said that the course is going to favor the distance throwers, but that the short accuracy players are still going to have opportunities to make birdies and whatnot. So I think it's going to be a pretty flexible course. I mean, you're just going to have to stay focused and shoot a hot round. But I mean, I would say the hot round is probably going to be anywhere from like 6 to 9 down for the FPO. I'd say that's a pretty safe bet. I mean, that's
Dang, safe bet. That's a little high. That's higher than I was thinking. I was thinking 4 to 7 hot round of the weekend. And let's pinpoint it real quick. I'm gonna say my initial thought was -6. I think a
yeah.
third of the holes will be birdied at its best and no bogeys, you know, given that. So That's kind of
I
I'm
like
gonna go minus
6.
6.
I like 6. I'll go 7 just so we're different. But
All
I
right.
mean, I think it's possible. Um, I mean, I don't
I just
know.
so
We're
so
just
so
gonna
to
find
me,
out.
I would always, put in the total, score of the when we would do the grip pick six thing, and I would always be way too high on my FPO prediction for like
Yeah,
the amount of strokes that they would go under par. I was pretty wrong every time by like a lot amount. Like it would be a lot less than I
yeah,
would have thought. So I mean, well, I don't know. Like I said, I think it'll be minus 6 and you said 7. So MPO, I think it's not going to be too far off of that actually.
yeah. I don't think so
I
either.
definitely, I don't want to say definitely, but I'd be reluctant to think that we're going to see anything in the double digits based on the press conferences. Like you said, they've been, especially Simon, he's saying just the pin placements are super tough. It's going to be hard to score out there. If you have distance and you have shot shaping, you're going to be fine, but you just need to hit those long, C1 edge putts and C2 putts where you can't really, penetrate the green as much as you'd like to, as you would do on other courses. So that's just something we'll have to see. But I'm going to go ahead and say that -8 is going to be the hot round of the
Yeah.
weekend.
I mean, I like what you said there. I think, I mean, it's different from All-Star Weekend last weekend, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna be long, and you saw that some of those shots, like there's trees in the way. Like, I mean, people were throwing good shots and like just getting unlucky. Like, there's just a lot you got to miss. You got to hit your
Mhm.
line perfectly, or you're gonna be scrambling for par. I mean, to get a birdie, it's gonna take two good shots on par fours. It's going to take maybe a park job on a par three, or like you said, you're going to have to hit a C1 edge or a C2 putt. I mean,
Mhm.
so I think anybody that's going to have a hot putter is going to have a good round. I think if you can shot shape, like you said, those are going to be the guys that are going to be at the top. Um, well, let's see here. You said 8 down. I'll go 7 again. I just
Okay.
think I just think it's going to be tough. I mean, you might see better scores in like the second and third round, but for the first round,
Yeah.
I mean, I think 7's a safe bet.
Yeah, I think the
Now,
scores will get better as the weekend goes on. I agree with
yeah,
that wholeheartedly. I was going to mention that as well. Yeah.
I just like you said with the pin placements, like Paul Macbeth designed this course, like he's not going to make it easy. Like
Hmm.
he's like one of the best disc golfers to ever play the game. Like
Yeah.
he's gonna challenge professionals. Like that's just what
Hmm.
he's gonna do. So I mean, I'm really excited to watch this. I think this is gonna be cool. And I think this is going to be where they start the tour every year because, like,
Yeah. I hope
this
so,
is,
actually. There's
yeah,
just a lot
because I
of
mean,
cool looking
yeah,
holes, man. Like the one where they have the FPO basket, down in the valley, and then 100 foot up the cliff, they put the MPO basket, and it's like a 450, 500 foot shot that you gotta, land. It's like, I wouldn't call it slightly uphill, but you gotta keep it no lower than ground level, or else
yeah,
you're fighting for a over the head scramble shot to try to save par.
yeah. And it's not
So
like you can throw it high because there's trees and
yeah,
whatnot. Like, and there's trees lining the middle of the fairway. Like, it's a tough shot. I
it's
mean,
tough, man.
I've seen a couple pros landed up there in like practice rounds and stuff like that. But like to be
Yeah,
able to
and
consistently do that in a round, like you only get one shot at it. Like,
Isaac Robinson was the only person to birdie that hole all weekend on FPO or MPO, which is
yeah,
crazy to me. Like the FPO couldn't birdie that, even though like theirs is down in the trench. I don't know,
in the trenches.
in the trenches. I get the weather was bad, but you got enough people out there, and the doubles match. I don't even think they birdied. Nobody
No,
birdied it in the doubles match. That's
yeah, it was
crazy, man.
singles and doubles. That was the stat.
Just
Yeah, it was
get
crazy.
it down there and hit a putt. Come on. So it is what it is.
All right. So now with the tournament comes a little game that me and Way are going to play, and we're going to track the points throughout the year. We're going to be playing it with the MPO and also the FPO. We are going to take 3 players, and we're gonna pick who we think has a good chance of placing good in the tournament that week. And the scoring is as follows: if they place in the top 10, you get 1 point. If they place on the podium, you get 3 points. And if any of the players that you pick wins, you get 5 points. So we're gonna track that throughout the year, and we'll keep you updated every week with the points and whatnot. All right, yeah. So that's what we're gonna roll with. If Mason can make it, he'll make it. We'll add him into the game as we see fit. But yeah, so for right now, it's just gonna be me and Way this week. But yeah, this is gonna be a fun little game we're gonna play. It's kind of incorporating like a fantasy style game into disc golf without, there's no ESPN fantasy disc golf, there's no Yahoo fantasy disc golf. So we're just kind of making this up as we go. Um, and if anybody's watching this and wants to play along with us one week, just reach out to us. We'll get you in there. All right, before we get our picks going, we did forget the disc of the day. And this time it's not going to be riding on the shoulders of Way and his awesome disc collection. I'm going to show my game a little bit with something I just picked up the other day. It finally came in the mail. We got the Prism Proton Rebirth from Eagle McMahon and MVP, his first Signature Series disc. This kind of really doesn't do it justice because you can see the screen in the background, but I mean, I'll try to get in front of it.
Let's see the profile. She got some dome on her? Oh, good grief.
I mean, come on, dude.
Little shoulder.
This is going to be a staple in my bag. I already know. It feels great in the hand.
With your little Amy release, dude, that thing's going to spanch hard.
Yep, absolutely. And what else just happened?
Well, hold on. Hey, dude, I'm not going to lie. I got a little mail call this weekend, too. And
I think you need to show the people. I agree.
As far as pixels go, dude, it don't get much better. Excuse my language.
You don't have to excuse your language because these discs that he's about to show you, you can see them over his right shoulder. I don't know. That might be your left. I don't know.
It's my right.
It is his right, ladies and gentlemen.
And these are right.
Show them here. Now.
Here we go. These are all medium electron. Simon line. Pixels.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start off light. The Grimace Jake combo.
Dude,
in all reality, though.
You should put Grimace on that disc, bro. That'd be crazy. No, you can't do that.
Couple blanks, man. 174s. I
got some blank pixels too, but I ain't showing them because they ain't ready yet because I'm putting something on them.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see them soon enough.
These here are as special as it gets, my friends.
I've never seen a disc look as crisp and clean as what he's about to show you.
Well, there's two. They're just like, I don't know what they did. Oh!
I mean, come on, dude.
Uchi mama. It's like a peach orange rim.
It's like peaches and cream, bro.
This is like a dark gray, little concrete charcoal. This is pitch black, baby. Dark as they come. I haven't seen them much darker black than this, dude. They always got that little gray in them, but I tell you what, 175, same thing, medium electron. Just special. Very unique, bro. I like having stuff that, a lot of people don't have. And I like doing stuff to stamps that a lot of people don't do. Just, wiping them, putting your own little touch on them instead of, the typical dye job. I feel like that sometimes can get a little squirrely. So I like to just make minor adjustments to my pills so nobody knows what I'm throwing.
Yep.
And I really like the blanks as far as the putters go. So heck yeah, man, those are going to be pretty sweet. So there's our discs. I didn't mean to take the shine off you. That Eagle Envy is gonna suit your game quite well, but those pixels could not go unnoticed.
I ain't mad, bro.
Yeah, you're the one who's hot. You were all about those.
I was geeking when you showed me a couple days ago.
Yeah, those are so sick. And the cool thing about those black and orange ones is I didn't even know they were coming. I had
Yeah.
VFX send me random ones, a little pre-order, put in your preference, but they hooked it up quite well. And I'll probably be sending them an email or writing a review because, as Biddy's about to say,
I'm
they're
only going to
doing
say
some
this one
things.
time and one time only. If you throw MVP or you do want to make the switch and throw MVP, there's only one place in the entire world that you should be getting your discs, and it is at DFX. They have
Seriously.
incredible custom stamps. Um, they've got every MVP disc you can imagine in every plastic with
Stocked
different
up,
stamps.
not just
I
a
mean,
picture,
like thousands of them,
thousands. Yeah.
all different weights. It's not just like specific, oh, we only have light ones. They've got every weight. They restock often.
They have a lot of lab seconds too and
They
factory
do.
misprint. So if you just want to try out a disc and you're
Yeah.
not sure,
Hmm.
dude, they sell
You
them
can get a
for
little
13
discount.
bucks.
Yep.
$13 a disc
You
on there.
can't
And it's
beat it.
like, no, it's unreal. So like Biddy said, man, get on there and get your heat because it's present at
Yep.
that website.
Speaking of heat, as we just took a little break from the pod and we came back, we got a little
Mhm.
notification from DFX ourselves.
Yep.
They are releasing a special stamp on the neutron hexes tonight. And it's called the Arachnopus. I'll let your mind think about that for a second, and you can picture whatever you think that stamp's going to be, but I
Mm-hmm.
promise you, you don't know. So you
Yep.
need to go give it a look,
Mm-hmm. 7
and
p.m. tonight. We'll be
it's
up.
on the hex, which is the most versatile disc and the best disc probably ever created.
Mm-hmm.
I will die on that hill.
Certainly.
Um, and it's going to get a special stamp, and it's one of the coolest stamps I've seen in quite some time. So,
It's pretty sweet, dude. It's
and
pretty freaking sweet. Four
it's not
different foils
one,
too.
not two, not three, but like Wade just said, it's a quadruple foil. I mean, come
Mm-hmm.
on, dude.
Come
Who
on.
do you know that's doing that, bro? DFX is.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I mean, that's all I got to say about that. So
What other notification did you get, Logan?
Oh, you're right. I just got a notification of from all apps. Breaking news: the United States has landed on the moons for the first time since 1972. I didn't even know we were going back to the moon, and why the hell did it take us this long to
Neither
get
did I.
back there?
And why were we not invited, kid?
Yeah, because you
Come
know what? We're
on.
taking PSA to the moon, so why didn't they invite us?
That's right, bud. We ain't
That's all
stopping
I'm going
until
to
we get
speak on
there.
that.
Crater bait, crater bait. What
Yes, sir.
do you say we start making our picks, kid? The way we're going to do it is, Biddy told you the scoring system. We're going to keep track of it all year. We're going to have some sweet custom graphics for it, courtesy of graphic designer Way here. But we're going to do a little fantasy, little back and forth draft action, and it won't take too long. We only picking 3 people each from each division, FPO and MPO, and of course, as always, ladies first. So we're going to start with FPO. And man, how do we want to address who's going to take it first? What's the criteria there?
Whoever has the most points, like the FPO and the MPO, the points are going to be combined. Whoever has
Mm-hmm.
the most points gets to pick first, but they also have to pick what division we're doing. And then the other person gets to pick first in the other division.
Bet. I like that.
So it's kind of even.
Yeah.
It's not like too big
Yeah.
of an
Yeah.
advantage, but it is a little bit of an advantage.
Okay. So yeah, they get to pick what division we're picking first and the first pick in that division, and then the other person gets the other first. I like that. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
So you can go
So yeah.
first and you pick the division.
Okay. I'm sick
Tough
of you
choice.
catching all I'm sick of you catching all the shine with picking FPO top to bottom last week. So I'm gonna go ahead. Listen to me when I say this. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go with MPO first.
Okay.
And I'd be a fool to not pick the number 1 player in the whole entire universe, not just the world, because I'd be hesitant to say there's anybody that can spin a pill better on Mars than Calvin Heimberg. So hey, give him to me.
Yep.
Pause.
Yep.
Yep.
I like your pick.
Yeah, you do.
Um, I think I'm going to have to go with. Oh, there's just so many. It's kind of like you can't go wrong with many. I'm gonna go with my guy here, your guy, MVP's guy. I'm going with Lazat.
Ah, you got it. You got it. Okay. So we got two pretty good lead cards in the MPO. I don't even know if we mentioned that. I don't think we did. I think we just talked about the lead cards in
Yeah.
the FPO. So I'll run through those real quick, and I think I'll be taking one more off these lead and chase cards. So we got Chris Clemens, Paul Macbeth, Calvin Heimberg, Ricky Wysocki teeing off at 210 for the lead card, and then you got an actually pretty freaking good second card, if not better, to me. Chris Dickerson, Gannon Burr, AB, and Isaac Robinson. Isaac and Gannon, um, lifelong friends. Not lifelong, but as far as they've been on tour, that's for sure. That's for sure. Two guys to look out for, absolutely, in this tournament as well, because Gannon's got the distance and he's got the putt from deep. So
Yep.
give me Gannon, man. I'm liking him for those putts that are going to be just out of range for a few other people, in the tournament, and not few actually, most other people. He can probably putt at about 150. And like we said, man, if there's some tough pin placements and they're gonna have to throw really good shots to get there, he's got both of it, and I think he's gonna score pretty well all weekend. So give me Gannon at the 2 pick for me.
Um, like you said, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take his good buddy, just so you can't have him.
Bet.
I'm taking the world champ Isaac Robinson.
Mm-hmm. Well, uh, before the little press conferences that were getting released on the DGPT, Twitter and Instagram today, I saw, Simon, Paul, a couple of the women. Um, Paul doesn't seem to be in 100% condition and in the best of shape to play a full round of disc golf that calls for 500-foot shots. That he designed this course to kind of be a pretty staple shot out there. He said, he's working up to that 400 range, and that's about what he feels comfortable with. So before all that news was broken, I was going with Paul at his home course, man. I really was, but I don't think in my heart I can lock that one in. So this is tough right here. Oh, come on, man. I know who I'm picking. Give me, or it actually says this on here. Richard Wysocki at the 3 spot.
I like it.
So my three were Calvin. I got Calvin, Gannon, and Ricky. Pretty good 3 right there.
That's a solid three.
Yep.
I'll follow you up there. I already have Lazat. I have Isaac Robinson. And my third here, maybe might come to a surprise to you, but uh, I think he'll be able to putt. He makes he makes some highlight reel putts, so that might fit him. Give me KJ USA.
Whoa, I
Kevin
like it.
Jones. Jump putt Jones.
Yeah, I like that actually. I like that a lot, man. He throws a lot of those flippy discs very well, and if he, like you said, man, if guys can get on fire this week, then there's not much that other people can do to catch up to some of the hot throwers on the tour. And this, man, I'm super excited for this, just to see these guys play at this course. You only got a small taste of it, and guys were slipping and sliding all over the place last week. We're going to see some cleats in the ground, and we're going to see some heels turning and some shots firing all over the place. And you best believe that when the DGN gets their head out of their ass tomorrow and actually starts the coverage, that I'll be on there for sure. Um,
Yep.
They'll probably be 95% of disc golf on the day over, and then they'll start filming. So that's it for me on that rant.
I hear you, brother. We're
Yep.
fed up.
Yep.
We
Fed.
just want to see some good commentary and some good disc golf. That's all we're asking.
Gonna be a while. So should we go into the FPO now, kid?
Yeah, we'll go to the FPO now, and I get to start.
Yeah, you do. Let's hear it. What you
So
thinking?
let's see here. I've been talking about her a lot in this pod. You probably know where I'm going to go with this. Holland Handley, give her to me now.
Pause.
I mean, I just think she's been playing a lot this year. She designed a course. She played last week in the All-Star. She played really good. She's been out there for a week and a half, 2 weeks now. I think she's going to know the course. I think she's going to know the ins and outs of the course, and I just think she's solid. If I had to put somebody behind Kristen Tatar, I would put her behind Kristen Tatar, and Kristen Tatar's not playing this week, so give me Holland
Yep.
Handley. She's going to win.
Yep.
You heard it here first. Give me 5
I
points.
I hear you. So right here, man, we're going with Haley King as my first pick, and a little knock at Biddy's number one. She took down the DDO last year to a Holland Handley one-hole playoff beatdown. So the tournament came with her, and she actually played really clean that week. And I saw a lot of things I like out of her game. She's just a very smooth thrower. So I'm liking Haley King this week. I don't know why. I feel like she just fits the course well. So we'll see.
I like it. I like your pick.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll get another playoff between those two.
absolutely.
For my second pick, the FPO is a little easier, I think, because I mean there's only 43, right? Is that what we said
Mhm.
earlier? 43. So to get a top 10, you just got to play all right. So I'm gonna take another all-star from this past weekend. Somebody that can absolutely thrash the pill, Ella Hansen. I think she's gonna do well.
Well, hey man, I'd be a silly fool to pass up on the double P, Paige Pierce. Going through the list,
Oh,
going through the list, and I'm like, man, who am I missing here? There's someone, and it was her, and it was always her. She's got a chip on her shoulder. She's got something to prove. There's been a lot of scat talking and chitter chattering around her name lately, and I don't think she likes that. I don't think she likes that. So
nope.
so I'm
Damn.
sorry to rain on your
Stole my
parade
third
there.
pick.
I know. I couldn't believe no one has taken it yet.
I know. I was saving her for the third pick, hoping you
Mm,
would just look over because she hasn't played in a little
yep.
bit because she had a freak accident last year and broke her ankle,
But
missed basically half the season.
lead
But
card
hey,
her though. So hey, at
she's
7:05 a.m. my time, I'm gonna be able to watch her and see what she's all about. It's 9:05. She's teeing off Florida time.
cooking
So
cooking eggs and bacon up in the kitchen. Way, if you don't know Way,
mm-hmm.
that kid's a chef.
Yep.
He cooks some diabolical meals. Let me tell you, he's done it for me before.
But I don't cook up birdies.
Okay, we'll get to that another time.
I'm not playing well lately, you guys.
Everybody goes
Not to
through a downtime though, so you just got to stick to it.
losing it, kid. Who you got as your three?
Um, I think I got a couple options here. I
So
got
do
I got
I.
I got 3 people on my list still that I really like. A fourth that could get me some points, could not get me some points.
Mm-hmm.
So do I want to
We're
play
looking
that
for
game or
points
do I
here.
not?
Right.
I'm looking to score some points.
Yep.
Um, man, I think I'm gonna have to go with another all-star from last week, bud.
Have
Just
to.
because
They
they've
played the course already.
I know they've been there. It's a little bit different layout, but I mean they've been
Mhm.
there. I mean,
And they've played it in the worst conditions, so they're
yeah,
going to be
literally.
very excited to play it in well condition.
Yeah.
That's all.
So
Yeah.
for my third pick, give me Allie Smith.
Nice. Actually, I didn't know too much about her before this weekend, but I watched her
She
play and I
looked
like her
good.
game, dude. She
I
looks good.
know. I
She
know.
looks
She
good.
looked
She
very
doesn't make
smooth.
many silly mistakes.
Nope.
She plays a clean game. She has fun doing it. You saw her out there laughing, talking, smiling. And I really like that. When you can make the most out of tough situation that they were put in. I'm not getting soft on you guys now. I'm just saying that it's good to see someone having a good time playing disc golf, because currently that is not me. Not gonna lie to you. I like that pick bit. Give me a slight sleeper at the 3 spot. It's going to be real hard for me to go through a tournament not picking an MVP player. And in all reality, I'm stuck between Madison Walker and Sarah Hokum. I'm going M-Dub. I'm going the rocking out crab on the rhythm special stamp Madison Walker. I'm going with her.
I like it.
Because she's a little outdoorsy girl, so I think she's gonna like that area. She's gonna like that area of the country a lot. She's gonna do great things, and we're gonna see good play from Madison Walker. That's a little sleeper pick. I'm looking to get her on a podium finish, but if not, top 10 will work for me. And that ain't a stretch in this small field. So
Nope.
I'm giving her a shot.
Points are points. Let the games begin,
points.
brother.
You bet, buddy.
Yeah, so like we said, the chess.com starts tomorrow. If this pod doesn't get uploaded until Friday, it starts today or it has already started. But yeah, we're excited for this year in disc golf. 2024 is going to be a crazy year. I think there's going to be a lot of unexpected things that happen throughout the year. I think that there might be a decent amount of not new winners, but maybe new faces in the podium in the winner's circle. I think you're going to see it a lot. Disc golf is changing.
AKA Paul Cranings.
Yep. We did forget to mention Bud. And I think we do. I think we need to let people know, hey, Paul Kranz is coming for it all. That kid is going to be special.
His bag's dialed too.
And I absolutely love that he is throwing MVP, because I think he's going to be able to develop a game that he might not have been able to develop with other discs. And I think because he's a young guy, I think they're going to, take some insight from him. Like him and Eagle and Simon and James Conrad, I think they're very knowledgeable about the game of disc golf. And I think that that's going to help MVP keep pushing the envelope with discs and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see where the future goes with him. And not only him, but there's
a lot.
But there's a lot of young guys at all the manufacturers. I mean, I'm not just trying to homer MVP. I mean, I love MVP, but there's a lot of young guys at other places too that are going to push the game. So I'm excited for 2024. You got anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
No, man, just that. I agree with that Paul Cran statement a lot, man. And even before he was on Team MVP, I just saw the most potential I've ever seen in a disc golfer ever. And I know you agree with that, dude. Like when you can just go out there and just casually beat Simon and just like not really have any like really emotion while doing it. Like you'll see he's just an awkward little kid, bro. Like Simon puts the camera in his face, asks him a question, and he's just like standing there smiling, like, huh, yeah. Like, but bro, he'll go 10 down on any course, like any difficulty, anywhere. Like he's just that good of a player, and his putt is just unreal. Yeah. And he's got pixels in his hand now on the putting green. Oh, good grief.
Yeah.
Oh, good grief. That's all I got to say. So watch out for that kid. I am a little, reluctant that one of us didn't pick him, but it is the first tournament.
Really thought about it.
It's really a decently strong field. So I think the veterans are going to show him a thing or two. But I think that let's say it, dude. He's top 10 this week. There's no doubt about it that I think he'll finish top 10.
I think he could finish top 10 this week.
And
yep.
Because it's not like he's going to come out of the gates and be, dominate like Paul Macbeth. He's just going to be around, dude. He's going to be around every week. He had one of the best off seasons in disc golf history. Literally look it up. It's a stat. He won like 80% of the tournaments he played in, and he played in a lot of A-tier events. Like it's just unreal, bro. Like he's not playing scabs. He's not playing scrubs. He's playing good people and absolutely giving them the work by 2 or 3 strokes when it's all said and done in a 2-round tournament, which is a lot in comparison to what most people do. So, dude, watch out for that kid. That's for sure.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, I mean, that's going to do it for us today. We'll be back on Sunday about 30 minutes to an hour after, the tournament coverage ends, and we crown a champion for the chess.com.
Yep.
Like I said before, it's going to be a great year. I can't wait. We'll see you guys again on Sunday. Hopefully I get more points than you,
Nope.
but it's going to be a little friendly rivalry. You guys are going to see some heated moments come out between us because we're very competitive.
Care to make it interesting? I'm just playing.
Yeah, I'll care to make it interesting. Whoever has the most points before we get together in April gets a 10-stroke lead. No,
I don't know about 10.
No, we can't do that. It's straight up.
Straight up. Friendly bout.
Yep. And we're gonna be bringing you some coverage on our YouTube channel. So stay tuned for that. I kind of just broke the silence on that. We haven't really talked too much about that, but we're gonna be getting together for some content filmings at the course, in the flesh. So
on grounds.
Hey, don't say I didn't tell you so. PSA's coming, baby.
Yep.
Landing on the moon, like the U.S. for the first time since '72, I guess. But
news to
sure,
me.
Let's just act like that never happened because the moon's fake. It was fake. Just kidding. Cut that out. But yeah, I mean, I enjoy doing this with you. Talking pill with the bud,
Sure.
Trying to advance the game of disc golf one pod at a time, and we're gonna do it eventually.
Trying to.
Might not be getting the eyes on us right now that we want, but it's coming, brother. You just got to stick to it. So
I hear you, man.
That's all for the pre-tournament tourney talkings. We'll see you on Sunday.
Yep.